Buddha.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? What is going on? Hopefully, you're all enjoying your weekend. Hopefully, you're all having a great day. Let me know how you all are doing. Shout out to the chat. What is going on? What's up? What's up? Uh, I know it's been kind of an ugly series for the Yankees this past weekend, but that's okay. It happens. What are we gonna do? Let's just hope they don't get swept tonight. But again, shout out to all of you folks in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with anybody you know. And if you are watching on Twitter, if you're liking this, if you're liking the content, if you're liking the channel, if you're digging it, come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 700 subscribers. I would love to get there as quickly as possible. And I appreciate every single one of your support. So it does mean a lot to me. And any support you give to this channel is also greatly appreciated too. So the super chats, the coffees, it's all very much appreciated. And I thank you for it. But let's say what's up to the chat here. Who do we got in the building? We got Ken in the building. What's up, Ken? What's going on? Dev Finch, what's going on? Michael, glad you can join us. What's going on? Hopefully you're doing well. Jonathan, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Chet? How you doing? Jared, what's going on? Sean Browning, what's up, Sean? How you doing? Javi Velez, what's up, Javi? How you doing, Javi? Lou, what's up? Good morning to you. Will Star, my guy, what's going on? Jack, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, Aiden? What's up? What's up, Dennis? Dennis, what's up, Dennis? What is going on? What's going on, guys? So yeah, I know we're all upset. We're all pissed. We're all disappointed in how this team has performed in this series. And there's a lot of frustration brewing right now amongst Yankees fans. Now Yankees fans have nothing but negativity right now. A lot of them do. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. And it's understandable, right? The two games against the Dodgers, the series against the Dodgers has been a very poor one. And yesterday's game was awful. It was embarrassing, right? A national TV, nationally televised game. It was absolutely embarrassing. The bats didn't come through when they were supposed to. They had guys on base. They were able to get on base, but they couldn't score with runners in scoring position. It was just absolutely embarrassing. The team just looked hopeless out there, right? Glabe or Nestor Cortez, not his best performance. He was giving up the long ball. One of them being, against Teoscar Hernandez, who has been hitting well against the Yankees, unfortunately, in this series. He hit that grand slam last night, and I don't know about you guys, but that did it for me. After that grand slam that Canely gave up, I was like, all right, that's the end of that game. That was terrible, But again, with Nestor Cortez, it wasn't his best outing. But the bats weren't any better. And of course, you had that, that error from Gleyber Torres that led to that, grand slam that Teoscar hit. And, I say it over and over again, I like Gleyber Torres, right? You guys have heard me say this a lot. And I really want him to play well. I really thought this guy was going to come out this season and play exceptionally well because he's in a contract year and maybe he's gonna turn it around. He's gonna showcase himself, right? Because whether or not he plays bad or good this season, there was no way that the Yankees were going to bring him back. You know, I still, and I'm going to still stand by that. Even if he ends the season on a high note, I don't think the Yankees bring him back. I cannot see the Yankees paying him 20 to 25 million, because that's probably what he's going to get paid if I had to guess. You know, they might give him a qualifying offer, but I cannot defend Torres right now. Like, I really cannot defend Torres. I'm not bashing him, but these errors lead to some bad things. We have seen that this season. You know, I mean, the missed pop out on Friday's game. Granted, they were able to get out of the inning because of that pickoff from Poteet, which made up for it. That was excellent. You know, yesterday's ground ball, he couldn't field it, and then again, it led to some worse things. It's absolutely embarrassing. You know, there's no other word to use. So, you know, I know a lot of people are saying bench Glaber, you know, put DJ at second and put Cabrera at third. Listen, I would welcome that in a heartbeat. I would welcome that. But I think we can all agree that Torres is going to start in today's game. I think we can agree on that. I just don't see how Torres gets benched. I don't see him getting benched. I could be wrong, but if this type of performance from him continues, there's got to be some changes. I mean, you know, I don't know when those changes are going to be, but he's been a bit of a problem at second base. All right. And right now he's leading in errors amongst second basemen. So, you know, these types of things cannot continue, right? These types of errors cannot keep happening. It just can't. So something needs to change. Something needs to change. And it's unfortunate right now because it's like the snowball effect, right? Soto's not in the lineup. He's not playing right now. You know, he's hurt. No, and everybody is trying to figure out what's really wrong with him. You know, they feel like Boone is not how Boone is not being honest, but you know, they're not going to tell us exactly what's going on. You know, because it's not just us fans that are going to hear about it. It's just other teams are going to hear about it. So, you know, some things need to be kept a secret. But there's a problem with Torres. There's also a problem with, you know, Anthony Rizzo. He's been going downhill as well. You know, Anthony Rizzo, he hasn't been playing well, right? I mean, Rizzo, in my opinion, has been actually worse than Torres. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but you all let me know what you think. But I think Rizzo's been worse than Gleyber Torres. And Michael, I'm not turning my back on the Yankees. I'm just disappointed in a couple of players. Even when the Yankees are having a bad year, last season, it was a bad season. Guess what? I didn't turn my back on them, but I was disappointed. So I just wanted to point that out to you. I'm not a fair weather fan, so I wanted to let that be known to you. So, all right. And I see a couple of other people jumped in here. D-Rod, what's up, D-Rod? How you doing, bro? So let me get a couple of questions here. So what does Torres have to do to get benched? He's already costing the team games, causing pitchers to throw more. Yeah. This is one of those problems, right? He makes these errors, and it leads to some worse things, and it's costing the team games. It's causing pitchers to throw more. Yeah, it's absolutely frustrating. You know, he made that error yesterday, led to a bases loaded, right? And then Teoscar Hernandez hits that grand slam. Terrible. I mean, people, you know, some folks might try and blame Canely for it, but I don't know how you blame Canely. You know, that's not. I'm sorry, but that's not on Canely. And some of you may disagree with me on that. So Javi's saying Torres is worse than Rizzo defensively for sure. What's up, Joan? Rizzo has been worse than Wells. That was a joke to Ken. Yeah, I agree, Dennis. He shouldn't be batting fifth. So he shouldn't be batting fifth. They haven't batted all year except now that Soto's out, their flaws are getting more attention. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's like as soon as Soto was not in the lineup, all of a sudden, it's like the Yankees are not playing well. All of a sudden they're not playing well. And he's having a terrible June right now. What's up, Jake Boss? How you doing, man? Not turn my back on them when they were playing terrible. It deserves to be called out. These players are making exactly, Sean Browning. Tell it like it is, bro. Tell it like it is. Yeah, we're not fair weather fans. I'm not a fair weather fan. I'll root for this team even when they're playing bad. But you just got to call certain things out. That's all there is to it. So, and I do that with all the teams that I like. If they suck, I'm going to say that they suck. That's it. But I'm not gonna just switch teams. Like I knew somebody growing up, they were a Yankees fan, and then I didn't see him for like years. We reconnected at one point. Then they became a Mets fan because the Yankees. I forget his reasoning, but it was like such a stupid reason. But anyway, that's besides the point. Yes, Ken. Absolutely. Check this Yeah, this is this is a solid comment. Absolutely, man. Maybe they should concentrate on the job that they're being paid to play. The reason they lost the past two games is because situationally they have sucked. 100%. 100%. I agree with this comment. 100%. Yes. This is a fact right here. Yeah, I don't see them taking Torres out either, but you never know. I think he should get benched right now too. I think he should get benched. I kept trying to defend him. I really was I really was defending him, but it's just getting hard now. It's just getting hard. And Silogasm, what's up? How you doing? We need some bats at the deadline. Yeah, they might look into some bats. They need to look into some bullpen help too while they're at it. It'd be interesting to see what they do. A lot of folks right now are, particularly with first base, they want, Ben Rice to come up. I mean, let me know what you all think about Ben Rice. Now, Ben Rice has been hitting well at the minors. He recently just got promoted. I mean, I'm in the opinion of that maybe he needs a little more time, since he just got promoted. Maybe you call up TJ Rumfield. That's another name that's been thrown around. TJ Rumfield's been hitting quite well too. Yeah, Wells, here's the thing. Wells has been hitting the ball. It's just, bad luck on his end, right? That's all there's to it. But yeah, he hasn't been playing too well. Jason Dominguez, yes, that's another popular one. Everybody wants to call up Jason Dominguez. I get it. And some people are probably going to say DFA Trent Grisham or try to find a way to trade Trent Grisham. But do we want him on the bench? That's the question. And if you want to start him, where do you start him? Where do you play him? Because once Juan Soto comes back, assuming that everything is fine and it's not as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be. I mean, Juan Soto is going to get more playing time than Dominguez. So is Judge. So is Verdugo. Do we want Dominguez to be on the bench? I mean, I'd rather him get playing time down there in the minors, and he's getting plenty of it. Torres should bat last in the lineup. I mean, look, you could bat him last. You could bat him fifth. You could bat him sixth. It's just his defense needs to improve. The defense is the main problem here. Rather have Peraza for his defense because yeah, I wouldn't listen. I'd be all for Peraza to come up and play second base. I would love for him to come up and play second base and play for Glaber. If his back was turned, we wouldn't be looking at his face. Yeah. They aren't getting Rizzo, but maybe he needs to be platooned. Yeah, they're not going to get rid of him. They're not going to get rid of him. They won't get. Yeah, they're not going to get rid of Rizzo. I don't see that. Platooning him, that could be an option there, Joan. Absolutely. Yeah, Trent Grisham. Yeah, maybe not the greatest bat. I mean, his defense is good though. I mean, he does play good defense. He is a good center fielder, but his bat is not that great. But I'm not gonna necessarily bash Trent Grisham just because he doesn't get playing time every day. I mean, yes, he's been playing the last few games, but that's because um, Juan Soto's been hurt. That's just because he's fragile or sensitive. Then how do we expect him to perform? D-Rod, like I said, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Torres, they got to be they have to be looking at the situation. I mean, and Ryan Cashman, I know, is watching these games. He has to be. He's got to be frustrated right now. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know what him and Boone talk about, but he's got to be frustrated. I know if I was the GM of this team, I would be frustrated. Why does Boone continue to put Torres on the field? Is Boone the real problem? I'm not. You can't put that's not on Boone. That's a Torres problem. You could. That's a Glaber Torres problem. I'm sorry. I know a lot of folks want to blame Boone on certain on stuff like this, but I don't always agree with Boone's decisions. But he does make some he does make some bad decisions. I'm not saying he doesn't. But Torres making errors on the field, though, that's not on Boone. That's on Torres. Torres not playing. That's on Torres. You can't blame Boone for that. Now, what I will say is that if changes aren't made, I mean, I might say, hey, Boone, what are we doing? Like, he's costing us games, and he is costing us games. But if it continues, and if we're in the playoff hunt, and it's still a problem, and this guy's still on the field, then what do we, then I would say Boone needs to do something about it, right? But those errors, that's not the errors that Torres is making. That's not on Boone. Yeah, but it all, you know what? Canley made a mistake, sure, Ken, but that, you know what? That all started with Torres. That all started with Torres. Torres made a costly error, and it led to a worse inning. It's not the first time this has happened. Yeah, Canley made a bad pitch. Every pitcher does. They made a pitch. Sometimes pitchers throw a pitch that's hittable. Unfortunately, he threw one that was hittable, and we all saw what happened. But you don't have to agree with me on this, but that's fine. Yeah, he keeps defending Torres, and it is frustrating. It's annoying, but there's got to be a time and place where he has to pull the plug on this. And Torres is just it's not it's hurting the team. It really is. Backup players are backups because they aren't the best on the team. We can expect much from them, but yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a reason why Trent Grisham is a backup. Yeah, left-handed relief help. They could call up some guys from the minors as far as righty pitchers go. I mean, a lot of folks are saying Ron Marinaccio, which I wouldn't be opposed to that. They got some guys in their minor league system too. But what are we going to do? Yeah, I know, Ken. I agree with you here. Ben Rice has 2 weeks in AAA due to and that was my point. 2 weeks in AAA, and everybody's like, call him up. He's been there 2 weeks. I agree with that. Yeah, and I assume you're talking about Jason Dominguez there, Sean. But I agree with this. I'm not going to just bring him up just to sit him on the bench and have him play only every few days. The guy needs a lot of playing time. He should be playing every day. I'm tired of Stanton, bro. Like, he's either hot or very cold, no in between. Yeah, Stanton's he's a streaky player. That's just it. He's a streaky player. At least he's not playing the field. So, right, exactly, Ken. He's not going to get regular at bats. So I'd rather him playing in the minors and just continue to get consistent at bats. I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of value, so everybody's talking about trading Grisham, but who do you trade him for, and what team is going to take him? Doesn't have a lot of value. He's not really an attractive option. I mean, inflammation takes 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, I think Soto is going to be out a little longer than what people think. At least that's what I think. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Many players have been called up from AA. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. But again, with guys like Ben Rice, let them. He's been at AAA for 2 weeks. Let him continue playing there. It doesn't make sense to bring him up. I'd rather bring up TJ Rumfield, if anything. Yeah. Bring Dominguez up and take designated batter. What do you mean by that? Like put him as a designated hitter? The Dodgers got a discount. No Cole, no Soto. Yeah, big time, right? Yeah, no Cole, no Soto. It does make a difference, especially with Juan Soto not being in this lineup. And I appreciate you guys commenting and giving feedback, giving your own opinions. I do appreciate that. So I'm just going down the comments. So I appreciate each and every one of you folks in the chat. Great conversation we're having here. So I enjoy doing these live streams. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with anybody you know. And if you're watching from Twitter, if you're liking what you're seeing, come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated, and any support you give to this channel is greatly appreciated, and I thank you for it. Yeah, Torres, yeah, no doubt. Torres should be batting for another team. Well, he will be next season, that's for sure. Matchups favor the Dodgers throughout the series, to be honest. Well, when I did the live stream yesterday, I was having this conversation with Ken about Yamamoto. Yamamoto and Poteet were even as far as the pitch count was going. They could have had Yamamoto out of there earlier, but they just didn't work him. He pitched 7 innings. They could have had him out of there maybe 5 or 6. I mean, his pitch count was getting up there, but the Yankees didn't capitalize on that. But the pitching so far, yeah, unfortunately, it's been better for the Dodgers. What's up, Matt? It starts with Glaber. Too many errors that lead to big innings, bad at bats and big spots, and base running miscues that kill innings. Start at second and then addressed. Yeah, I mean, a lot of issues here, Matt, as far as Glaber Torres goes. So, yeah, I'm aware Boone makes up the lineup. It's not Torres, but he's going to continue putting Torres out there. He needs to get benched, I think. Yeah, I mean, there has to be a freak injury, right? I mean, if like Grisham for some reason gets hurt or one of the other outfielders gets hurt, then yeah, you might see Dominguez come up. Yeah, I mean, you could. Who do you put at second base? I mean, well, again, I take that back. You put DJ at second. You could put Cabrera at third. I wouldn't mind that. But Boone never ever hold players accountable. I mean, maybe not publicly. Who knows what kind of conversations he has with his players after the game when the cameras are off. He's got a more laid back approach in his management style. And that was something that the team wanted at the time because apparently, when Joe Girardi was on the team, he was a little too harsh. Boone is like the complete opposite. He's got this complete zen about him. Maybe find that perfect balance, that happy medium. So the only player that I know went from AA to the majors and was successful is Paul. Yeah, Goldschmidt. Yep. Yeah. Peraza can play second. Yeah, exactly. James DJ Cabrera Peraza can play second. He is absolutely capable of playing second base. Fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. And James said it right here. DJ won multiple gloves at second. He could absolutely play second base. So I don't know how many times I was on the mound and got screwed by another player's screw ups. Did I piss and moaned? No, I bared down and got it done. Well, sure, but here's the thing though. It causes at the major league level, it causes a lot of stress. You know, we're talking Major League Baseball, man. I mean, I know you played the game. I know you know the game, Ken. You've played the game a long time. You got a lot of experience. You know baseball, but it changes at the major league level. You know this. Yeah, Dominguez and Rumfield and Rice. I mean, but I want to again. I want to call Ben Rice just yet. He's been in AAA for only 2 weeks. Um, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't call him up yet. Rumfield, yes. Dominguez, I would love to, but again, where are you going to put him? Yeah, he could be a DH, but then that would mean dumping Giancarlo. And I know a lot of fans are asking for him to get dumped, to get DFA'd, dump his salary. But are the Yankees going to do that? Probably not. The team is better if Torres was DFA'd and no one brought in. Yeah, I don't know that the Yankees are going to DFA Torres. I think they're going to let him play out his final year, but I could be wrong. This year that did not perform on. So yeah, and exactly, D-Rod, to let him know, man. Several minor league players that came up this year did not perform. Jackson Holiday, Jack Leiter, etc. A few have done well. Jackson Trios, Brewers, yeah, I know who you're talking about. But it took right, right. And that's the other thing, right? There was a lot of hype about Jackson Holiday, right? So much hype about Jackson Holiday. He got brought up. Everybody was looking forward to it, myself included. Did not perform, sent back down. you know, and you have to be patient with some of these guys that get called up. You have to set your expectations. Don't have unrealistic expectations. These are, these are things that Yankees fans have to understand. When you call some of these young guys up, they're not going to exactly perform up to what you think they're going to perform at, right? It's we. I know I keep beating the nail on this, but it's like with Anthony Volpe. I know I keep using him as an example, but he didn't have a great season. Fans crapped on him, and they were just like bashing him. So, we can't do the same thing with these other young guys that could potentially get called up. Austin Wells isn't. He's not exactly playing well either. I mean, again, he's hitting the ball hard, sure, but he's just been having bad luck. Called up. Yeah, exactly, Ken. My Jedi sense feels a disturbance in the force. Are Yankees fans about to start leaping off of a tall building? I mean, maybe the way some of these folks on social media are commenting and tweeting, they could. They're already losing their minds. Just think how mad you will go if Soto signs with the Mets. Yankees fans always sign things, huh? Don't really understand what you said, but no, I won't be mad. If he goes, he goes. I'll be a little disappointed about it, but hey, life goes on. Life goes on. So Hill versus Glasnow, who takes it? Silogasm, it's going to be a good pitching matchup. I mean, Hill has been on a roll this season. He's been the ace in the rotation. I like Hill. I like our chances better with him on the mound. It's just a matter if the bats could come through. They could get on base, but they don't seize the opportunity of runners in scoring position. It's absolutely frustrating. The problem doesn't start with Torres. It is the bottom five are useless. DJ is too old. Well, okay, Torres is still the problem. Whether or not it does or doesn't start with him, he's still part of the problem. Yeah, there's some other players that aren't hitting it as well either. And DJ's too old to play second. I don't know. I'd say he'd do a better job at second base than Torres can. You could put him at first base as well. DJ could play all over the infield. Why can't the players hold each other accountable? That's just who's to say they aren't there, D-Rod. We don't know. Again, they're not telling us anything. They don't discuss these things in public. Maybe they are holding each other accountable. John Birdie, let me see. I think it might be a little bit till he gets back. And Matt, I did get a notification that you subscribed to my channel, so I do appreciate you subscribing. So welcome to the crew, man. Thank you so much. Matt, I did get a notification. My phone just went off. Ha! Sorry about that. Oh, that's hilarious. Well, when you're at collegiate level and have major league scout looking at you, there is no difference. Yeah, but major league level, collegiate level, players make mistakes, man. You know this. Everybody, no pitcher's gonna have 0 runs for the year or not give up any runs or give up any walks, give up any hits. I mean, even at the major league level, these guys are making some poor decisions or make some bad mistakes. It happens. They're human at the end of the day. Yeah, and I kind of, I agree with Dev Finch here. Some MLB players, they're a little lazy. They don't have, some of these guys don't have the heart that other players do. Well, yeah, but Torres is still part of the problem. Torres is standing out just because of his defensive errors. I mean, there's still work that needs to be done with the bottom of the order. I'm not denying that, but Torres is still part of the problem here. And James, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate the kind words. In the clubhouse last year, per reports, they didn't do well. Soto was the only one holding teammates accountable. He wasn't liked for this. Well, the Padre, I mean, there's a reason why he wasn't enjoying himself in San Diego. I mean, it's a night and day difference with the Yankees. I mean, you see how he is with the Yankees. He's so much happier. Yeah, no run support. Yeah, Dennis Santana, he's not working out. Marinaccio, I think they need to call him back up. Well, but again, we'll see what the Yankees do. I wouldn't mind seeing DJ at first. What's up, Brad? You know what? Sue me. All right. Take me to court. Go ahead, Brad. Sue me. You got lawyers. I know. Birdie ETA is July. Yeah. With a calf strain. Sounds about right. Cabrera at third. Peraza at short. Volpe at second. DJ at first. Volpe is not an elite shortstop. He got a gold glove. And he's been playing a lot better at shortstop this year. So he's looking great. I wouldn't. Maybe you could put Peraza at second base or third base. You put Peraza at second, Cabrera at third. Do I think the Yankees will get swept this series? They might. Who knows? Who knows? He might get. He might. Li, what's going on, Li? Yes, and right when I said Volpe, and right when people were saying stuff about Volpe, Volpe's one of the best shortstop in the AL. Exactly. I agree with this statement, Li. You are correct. Hey, CT Cards, good of you to join us, man. What's up, CT Cards? Lazy or rely on talent alone, aka Gleyber Torres. The drop pop up the other night was a microsome of his entire career. It split him and Rizzo, but if he'd hustled back, he would have made right. And it is backed by stats. Absolutely. There, Li, you are correct. Trickery with Marinaccio. He's only had one option left. If he doesn't perform well, he has to go waivers. Yeah, I thought he had more than one option. I thought he had some other options. I didn't know he was out of options. I was under the impression he had options. Maybe the Yankees should trade for Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr. Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. More easily instead of making a flat. Yeah, I know. Just play fundamentals. Hey, what's up, Raymond? How you doing, man? What's going on? Yeah, sir, Matt. Talent only gets you so far in MLB. You need to have good work ethic. Yeah, discipline, man. Discipline, good work ethic. These are all important things when it comes to sports. So, yeah, Volpe is one of the best at shortstop. Exactly. And I do sense sarcasm in your comment here. Yeah, I know. Since Volpe sucks, let someone else get it who can get it done. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Just trade the whole team. Why not? You know, trade the whole team. Says your last thing. Okay, I come back home with my mom. Oh, I got you, bud. Sorry to hear about your loss, man. That's tough. Sorry about that. I hope things get better for you and your family. Sorry about your loss there, CT Cards. But yeah, guys, Volpe, listen, look, they competed for a spot last season. All right. Volpe won. Okay. Yeah, Peraza, Peraza's defensively better, sure. But Volpe won. Overall, Volpe won. We could argue this, but Volpe right now is at he's at the main he's the starting shortstop right now. Yeah, he's better defensively. I'm not going to deny that, but and he's one of the best in the majors right now. And Peraza, unfortunately, he got you know yeah, Peraza got injured. He had a shoulder problem. He could have been the starting third baseman. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Well, Ken was being sarcastic about this, and I was being sarcastic about this too, Lou. I was only kidding, and Ken was being sarcastic. It's just whenever a player sucks, or people say, "Oh, this player sucks," it's like immediately some fans want to be like, "Oh, trade him." Go ahead. Raymond, yes, you can get on the open panel with a cell phone. Absolutely. Just if you are driving, you need to turn your camera off. Just because of YouTube's terms and services. If you're watching at home, if you're not driving, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to panic yet. Now, if in July, August, all of a sudden this team is, looking like garbage, then yeah, it might be time to panic. I'm not going to panic just yet. Yeah, and that Li, that's probably what's going to happen. He's probably going to be dealt to another team in a package. I think a lot of us are in agreement that he has no future with this team. And it sucks. It's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Yeah, 7 runners in scoring position, 0 hits, and 9 runners left on base. That's how you lose. Yeah, well, you get guys on base, and then you don't seize those opportunities. It's terrible. Yeah, well, D-Rod, he should also, here's the thing. Even with Peraza and Volpe not on his heels, this is a contract year for him. He's in the final season of his contract with the Yankees. You would think that he would want to play well, right? I guess you could say he's trying to play well, but he's not. He's playing terrible. So, he's in a contract year. Yeah, and Baltimore and the Dodgers are good teams, though. I mean, you know, Baltimore they got they got a team full of talent. The Dodgers, they're in first place in the NL West, so but let's see what the Yankees do. Let's see what the Yankees do tonight. Tonight's game is gonna be on ESPN, and I am gonna go live later for the pregame, so that way we can all meet up again, and I'll do the open panel on that live stream. So I'm not doing an open panel on this live stream for those of you that were wondering. So yeah, but yeah, and the big problem in the last couple of games, the big problem in the last couple of games was just Yankees were leaving guys on base. They left a lot of games on base, and also I got a notification. It's not Yankees related, but I just want to bring this up. Yeah, looks like Phillies are leading against the Mets in London. They have a London series, so I don't know if anybody was tuning into that today, but I wanted to kind of share that with you guys just for the heck of it. Well, yeah, you would think money would be a motivator for Torres. That's why in the beginning of the season, D-Rod, I thought that this he was gonna have an awesome year, because this is his contract year, so he wants to show that he's got it, and he's still got it. He could play, he could feel, he could do everything, and he was just gonna be this excellent player on the team. But yeah, I mean, you would think that he would have been motivated this year, because teams I'm sure are looking at him. Yeah, I mean, Nestor Cortez just did not look like nasty Nestor. Unfortunately, he just didn't pitch a good game. He didn't pitch a good game. It wasn't a great outing for him. Runners left on base is what happens when you don't have the best hitter on the team. Yeah, I mean it is frustrating. I mean the bats right now they're trying to have those long at bats, but they're not. It's not as good as it should be. They could have made it a little bit longer again. In that game against Yamamoto, but didn't happen. Yeah, the Mets do suck. We all know that. I don't. Not me, CT cards. I do not feel bad for them. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Judge is the best hitter on the Yankees. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he can't do it alone. All the guys are hitting too. Other guys are hitting too. But the problem is when runners are in scoring position, they do not score. That is the big problem. Judge, yeah, you heard that Judge had to go to the chiropractor. What was up with him, Ken? Nah, the Phillies are good, Dev. The Phillies are good. They don't suck. They're a good team. They're a good team. They have a good team. You ever think of calling a game or having a watch party? I don't know about calling a game. Maybe one day. I'm not sure yet. Having a watch party, possibly. Maybe sometime in the future. Maybe we'll see. I'm thinking about maybe. Oh, okay. I should have picked up on the sarcasm. Yeah, his back is sore from carrying the Yankees. Copy, Ken. Copy, copy. I got you. Yeah, but as far as having a watch party though, or calling a game, I don't know. But I'm thinking about maybe one day when I make a trip out to New York, I'll announce it, and maybe we could all meet up at Yankee Stadium and just all get together and just hang out, have some fun, talk, eat. You know, I think the chiropractor's new. You could hate the Phillies all you want. They're still a good team. So you don't have to like a team, but you could admit when you have to admit when they're good. You know, and it pains me to say that, but baseball is baseball. When teams are good, they're good. That's it. There's no beating around the bush with that. So, but yeah, folks. I mean, the Yankees have been cold in this series. Let's just hope that they can. Let's just hope that they can turn it around in tonight's game. Let's hope they don't get swept. I know if they get swept, yeah, fans are gonna start breaking their TVs. They're gonna start throwing their laptops and start breaking their computers, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, this team was never good anyway." So they'll go back to being negative. Yeah, I mean, if I stream during the game, I'll call it. But like I said, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that one day in the future. I don't know when, but when the time is right, I feel like we'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you say, Brad. Get back to work. Get a life, Brad. Let's hope the Yankees, let's hope the Yankees don't get swept. I mean, we don't want them to get swept, but you know, um, we'll see what happens. I mean, looking at some of the let's look at the schedule and see the games that are coming up. So we know that they got a series against Kansas City. They have a 4-game set against Kansas City in Kansas City, so that starts tomorrow. Then they travel to Boston. They're going to play the Red Sox at Fenway Park in a 3-game series. Those are all going to be evening games too, folks. So all those games are going to be starting 7:10 and 7:15. So wondering, I'm pretty sure next Sunday's game, I think it's going to be nationally televised. I think that's going to be on ESPN. Yeah, that'll be nationally televised. It'll be on ESPN, guys. So, and I think, and I know, and Saturday's game is going to be on Fox. So, yeah, they got a pretty tough schedule in the month of June. I mean, after this Dodgers series, they go play Kansas City. After Kansas City, they play Boston. they got a day off, and then Baltimore comes into town. Then the Braves come into town. Another day off. They got 2 games at Citi Field against the Mets, and then they have a 4-game set against the Blue Jays. So on the road, and the Mets and Blue Jays are on the road. So they finished the month of June on the road. So pretty tough schedule. Let's see how they capitalize. Yeah, Tanner Scott. That's a big name. That's a popular name that a lot of Yankees fans are talking about. He could very well be a target. No, I don't think he's going to trade for Mason Miller, and I don't want Mason Miller personally. I know some Yankees fans are all about Mason Miller. I'm not personally. I don't want him. I know other fans might be in favor. Yeah, I mean the Yankees' schedule has been it's been a tough one. It's been a tough one. They've had a hard schedule, but they got to find a way to win. And I know it's tough not having Juan Soto on this team right now because of him being hurt. But that shouldn't that's a test, and to see if the Yankees can hit well or play well without him. It's kind of like Garrett Cole, who is missing in this rotation, but he has been absolutely, the rotation's been playing extremely well in his absence. So, the bats need to do the same. Honestly, Matt, he's like an injury away, man. He throws the ball really hard. I mean, yeah, it's cool to see that, but I don't want that. And the trades that the Yankees have made with the Oakland A's it's just never worked out. So, well, yeah, the Orioles series is definitely going to be important, man. The Yankees they got to show up to that series. Have to show up because the Orioles, they got a good team. They have a good team. There's no denying it. They have a really good team, and they're going to, they got a great farm system. So, they're going to be a nightmare team in the AL East. So, yeah, the Orioles, yeah, they have a good team. There's really nothing else to say about it. 3 out of 4. Yeah, I mean that last series was a disappointment. I mean they could have split that series, but yeah, that series was bad. Call Pedro and get who? Are you talking Pedro, Severino, and Joba? Who are these players that you're talking about, Ken? Oh, Montaz was like the best pitcher ever, man. Are you kidding me? That guy was he was unbelievable in the rotation. I mean, he made an appearance last season. He had a 0.00 ERA. The guy was awesome. Yeah, I like Frankie Montas a lot. Hopefully you guys all liked Frankie Montas, and maybe some of you guys miss him. I know I do. Oh man. Major League voodoo statue to take the curse off if it is this bad. Again, don't know what you're saying there, Ken. But yeah, folks, that's what we got though. Also, Garrett Cole is gonna have his second rehab start. I don't know how you all are feeling about that. I'm glad he's getting another rehab start. His first his first game that he pitched, he went 40. He pitched 45. He had 45 pitches, pitched 3 innings. He looked good out there. Hopefully he can. Hopefully he can. Continue progressing. There's no setbacks, right? So 45 pitches his first game. I think they'll probably have him throw 60. They'll probably have him throw 60. See how his elbow is doing, right? Once that game ends, he'll probably have a third one. Obviously, he'll definitely have a third game that he'll pitch a third rehab game, and that third rehab game is probably going to be, if I had to guess, I'd probably ramp him up to 75. I don't know if he'll have a fourth rehab start, but maybe they call him up after the third start. Maybe he comes back to the major league roster and makes his season debut. Oh, the movie, Major League. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. Move Cortez to long relief. That personally, that's what I would do. Now, a lot of there were some other folks that were talking about moving Luis Hill back, but I don't know how you take him out of the rotation, and maybe you still keep him in the rotation and limit his innings. Maybe you limit him to about 5 or 6 innings per game. I mean, I understand why you're worried, but I'm also worried about him being in the rotation as well. So, there's, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see once, once Cole gets back, once Clark Schmidt gets back, what kind of moves they're going to do with the starting rotation. Yeah, CT Cards, your dad's a Dodgers fan. Has he been giving you a hard time about the Dodgers or what? Let me know. And you're right on the A's Yanks. Forgot about Sonny Gray. Only one that worked out is Scotty B to my memory. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Scott. You're talking about Scott Brocious, I think. Sonny Gray, actually, you know what? He didn't have any success at with the New York Yankees, but I feel like he pitched well for some other teams, but I think the reason being was because they worked, the pitching coaches for those teams utilized his strengths, where at the time the Yankees had Larry Rothschild, which I was not a fan of him, and they made him throw pitches that he didn't want to throw, like he wasn't comfortable with it. I think Sonny Gray could have had a better career, but yeah, it wasn't a memorable one. I mean, same thing with like guys like James Paxton. It wasn't a great one. Yeah, I'm sure he's having a good old time. I'm sure, man. Hey, when your team wins, man, it's when your team wins, I mean, you're going to get excited. You're going to be happy. You're going to be riding on that high. But this is true too. Yeah, Gray is in case he couldn't execute when the pressure was on. Yeah, definitely when the pressure was on, yeah, he couldn't perform. The Yankees starting rotation. I mean, they have a good starting rotation. So even though, Cody Poteet, even though he's not a starter, he's filling in for Clark Schmidt. He's pitching well. Nestor, wasn't great yesterday. We'll see how Luis Hill does. Brocious, I don't think that was a trade. I think that might have been a signing. I think that might have been a free agent signing, but I could very well be wrong on that too. I'm not sure. You heard that the IRS had Otani. Oh God. There's certain players that were just not meant to play in New York, and Gray was one of them. I can think of a bunch of top and yeah, Randy Johnson. I mean, I like Randy Johnson, but he wasn't meant to play there. You know, you could say the same thing about Kevin Brown. Yeah, Raymond, you don't need, not all your Brocious was a trade. Okay, thank you, Brad. I wasn't sure. It was like a long time ago, and I remember Scott Brocious. I was still a very young fan. Nestor not great, but everyone is going to pitch like an ace. Yeah, not every pitcher in the starting rotation is going to be an ace. You just need them. You want them to go out and do their jobs. But yeah, but again, frustrating series. Not a great series that the Yankees had. This was probably right so far. I would say this has been their worst performance up so far this season. I think this series, to me, in my opinion, I think it's a lot worse than what they played again when they played against the Baltimore Orioles. I think that series was a lot worse. But that's just my take on it. But folks, I'm going to wrap it up though. I've gone a little over an hour. As always, I like doing these live streams. I love interacting with all of you. Everybody brings a different take. Even if I don't agree with you, that's fine. Please bring it on. And the thing I appreciate the most is everybody is respectful. Like there's no disrespect. We all respect each other's takes, even if we don't agree with each other, and that's fine. I want that. I want that. So I will be going live for the pregame. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And you'll see what time I go on. I'll make that stream later. Also, I will be having an open panel, and again, on the open panel, please be respectful. Don't be disrespectful. If you are, I'm taking you out. Like I don't play when it comes to that. Let everybody give their take. Just wait till they give their take because you'll get your turn too. Because I know everybody's always dying to give their take. And we'll have some fun with that. And as always, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with anybody you know. If you're on Twitter, if you're enjoying this content, please jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. I'm on the road to 700 subscribers. I'd love to get there as quickly as possible. I appreciate you all jumping on, and make sure you all are hitting that heart button on the bottom right corner there. It does help with the stream, with the algorithms. So thank you all again for joining me, and I will see you all soon. You all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and see you all soon.